Well, let's start this hour by crossing live to the United Nations in New York and speaking to our correspondent, Jessica Le Masurier. Jessica, the annual General Assembly meeting today isn't quite back to pre-COVID normal, is it? Because not all the world leaders are attending in person. Tell us a bit about who's there and who's missing.
Quite right. This is, you might say, a hybrid UN General Assembly. There are a lot more leaders attending this year, however, compared to last year. Some 100 or so heads of state are going to be physically here, foreign ministers as well, although some world leaders will be sending in pre-recorded videos. Now, amongst those who are here in person, Brazil's Bolsonaro will give the first speech from a head of state. That is somewhat controversial because he is not vaccinated, and New York City authorities had wanted to make it mandatory for all those attending the General Assembly session to be vaccinated or to have a negative COVID test, but they didn't manage to do that because this is international territory. And so he is coming here flaunting the fact that he has not had a vaccine. Brazil traditionally goes first here. It's been like that since the mid-50s because back then nobody else wanted to go first. So that's just become a tradition here. But really the biggest speaker of the day will be US President Joe Biden. It's his first General Assembly speech as president, and he had been hoping to come here as a champion of multilateralism, as a sort of the anti-Trump, and also to come with his America's back message. But that'll be met with some skepticism here as we are really seeing this General Assembly overshadowed by the fallout from the submarine spat. So he's going to be hard-pressed to convince people of his commitment to multilateralism when he's being seen by some as stabbing his allies in the back. We also expect to hear from Xi Jinping, China's president, today, but he is not going to be giving an in-person speech. His will be a pre-recorded one. However, this was a last-minute change, which is interesting and perhaps a response to that submarine spat, because originally China was going to be represented by its deputy prime minister. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Xi Jinping has to say. Russia's President Putin is not here. He's replaced by Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. And there's been a lot of speculation as to why Emmanuel Macron, the French president, is not attending in person. He has really been the star here of previous General Assemblies, always giving the speech himself, although last year, of course, it was a pre-recorded one or a video speech. But he is being replaced by his foreign minister, Le Drian, and all this, of course, coming as we see this submarine spat really overshadowing the General Assembly.
Jessica Le Masurier for us there live in New York. Thank you very much indeed, and we'll be talking to Jessica throughout the day as